Life has many defining moments where you can know that life before the event and after the event is two different lives. And that is what happened with a phone call on that, I think it was a Thursday night, 8:15, when someone says, are you Van and Nell's mother? And you know that this is, every fiber of your body knows that this is going to be a different life from your own.
As a kid, I grew up with aviation. My dad was a pilot. He flew for South African Airways, and he started a flying school when he was younger called Pretoria Flying School. My mom immediately started the business with him and got into it. So for me, my younger days, my brother and I actually grew up on Wonderboom Airport, seeing airplanes every day, seeing pilots flying. Naturally, I knew deep inside that I'm going to do this actually one day. And when my dad passed away in 2006, he was involved in a serious flying accident in Congo. Since then, my mom had to run Pretoria Flying School alone. I was still a little bit young, I was 16. So I started flying in 2007. Did my PPL training, and I finished my PPL training in 2008, going towards my commercial license. And in October 2009, the 7th of October 2009, I was involved in a serious motorcycle accident. I was driving on the highway and I suddenly realized that there was a truck in front of me. I hit the truck. I hit the tarmac and I rolled and skidded quite far. I'm trying to stand up from this accident and I can't, and this guy just gets to me and he says, lie down, you've been hurt very badly. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm not feeling that bad, I might be able to go stand up. I'm trying to get back to my bike, although I didn't notice that my bike is split in two pieces 400 meters apart from each other. I remember waiting for the ambulance. That sound of that ambulance coming is marvelous. I remember there was a lot of people, but the one person I remember was my mom.
He was able to speak to me and he said, I'm okay, don't worry about me.
Again, both of us really noticed how bad this accident was.
And eventually, at 5 o'clock the next morning, now this accident happened at 8:15 the previous evening. 5 o'clock the next morning, the doctor came out. And immediately I saw on his face that he was not a happy man. And he said to me, your son is very, very ill. And the word ill also threw me, because how could he be ill? He's got a broken leg. You're not ill if you have a broken leg. And I said, what do you mean he's ill? What's wrong with him? And that's when he told me the whole story and informed me actually of what was going on. So much so that Vanna had virtually completely bled out, and they had to replace all his blood. His heart stopped, and of course this leg was terribly mangled. And 12 o'clock the next morning, I was called aside by the vascular surgeon, who then said to me that they have to amputate. He will definitely die if they don't amputate his leg.
The only thing they could do was to amputate my leg, because my CRP was very high. I had a huge infection, and the upper body, the hands, the shoulders, the arms couldn't be fixed at a time. My heart couldn't handle the pressure. So they put me in an induced coma for a while just to see if I was going to survive the accident. And about 3 weeks later I woke up. As I woke up, I was kind of checking everything out, and everything was there except I had this gap in the blanket, which my leg was no more, but I didn't know it yet, and I was kind of confused. I couldn't talk. Nurse came to me and I showed her kind of, what's going on down at the leg, and she said, I think you know what's going on, and she started crying, and I immediately then it hit me. All the flashbacks came back. I remember the accident, and then it came realistically to me that I lost my leg. From that moment, that I cannot be weak now. This is not the right time to be weak, to cry about this. And I just took my emotions, threw it away, and said, let's get the physical fixed first. Let's just get sorted out. Let's get a leg, and let's get.
And one day he just said to me, I need you to know one thing. I am still going to fly. Nothing will prevent me from reaching my dream. I've always wanted to be a pilot, and that is what I will do.
I told my friends, my family, my mom, everybody, don't feel sorry for me, because that's just going to bring me down. Treat me normal, give me trouble when I needs to be. Don't walk slower for me, walk fast. I have to catch up. That is the game. I have to get back into life. When we started walking with the prosthetic the first time, I started walking with Mr. Jan Snyders. He's the man who still builds my legs, and he's still helping me towards the future of inventing this flying leg. Walking was tough in the beginning, but it was wonderful. The first day you walk is amazing. You feel that sense of you getting back to life. Walking the first time, I walked a normal path that takes you 2 minutes to walk, took me 15 minutes, but I was determined to walk without crutches. But it was tough. The next few months of physio was so tough, because they don't just train you to use your muscles again that you've got left over, but they also train you to walk with a knee and how to use it. So you fall constantly. You're struggling, you've got pain. Sometimes this socket doesn't want to fit nicely because your leg is swollen with all this extra work. There's no better feeling in the world, or no better therapy for me than just looking outside the window of an aeroplane and seeing the amazing world that we live in, and the scenery and the amazing creation that is this world. You do really appreciate it. Getting back into the airplane was amazing. The first time, getting into that feeling of we're going to do this is going to actually happen. That was amazing. Really knowing that this actually can be done. It's not just a dream, but flying with one leg is actually a possibility. Getting that positivity back, getting that feeling of we're going to accomplish something new, great, scary. The rush of flying the first time with a new prosthetic is insane.
And I have the most immense respect for this boy. He is the most dedicated, driven person that I have ever come across.
if I did quit flying in that, after this accident, I would have hated myself. I would have been disappointed with myself, always knowing that I never pushed the limits. I love a challenge. I love having that feeling of this is going to be tough, it's going to be a lot of work. You have to always get better and better at it, and once you get to that point of knowing you're busy succeeding, I don't like to stop. I want to succeed even more, because flying is a passion. It really is. Flying, I don't want to become rich. I don't want to have a lot of money because I fly. I just want to have the biggest adventure of my life.